Hi Shelley, hi Helen. Thank you for making it earlier today. I appreciate it. I hope it didn't put you out too much. It's the practice of being adaptable, isn't it? Just letting things flow and not getting too stuck on the way you think things should be or the way you want things to be. Just letting things happen. Good morning. People arrive. We can just take a few breaths together while we wait. Just breathing in love, happiness, positivity. Breathing it all in, smiling, letting it float around your belly, and then on your exhale just let go of any feelings that aren't serving you today, any feelings you might have woken up with. Am I tired? Have I got lots to do today? I'm not feeling the best. Let that all go. Breathing in love, positivity, happiness, joy, letting it swirl around your center. Exhaling out through the mouth, anything that's not serving you today. So today's class is a yoga for creativity. So this is, I think, my 16th or 17th class, which is crazy. I never thought it to get to this high number, but I'm finding that I'm running out of yoga poses. Practice consists of things I know. So I did a little bit of research last night and I've looked up some poses that aren't as common in my practice. So it's a little bit creative today, and so I invite you to obviously modify any pose to suit your body, your flexibility, any past injuries or just stiffness you have today. Work within your range and let's get creative. So it's a little bit cool here this morning as it's not 10:30, it's 9 a.m. So the sun is still behind the big camphor laurel and I'm all in shade here. We'll just do a few things to warm up. So sitting on your bum, you can prop your bum up with a pillow if you're finding that your spine is a little bit hunched over here. So finding length. Hands resting on your knees. We're just going to turn our head to the left, looking over that left shoulder and then down, making a half circle with your chin and looking to the right. And then back the other way, feeling that stretch down the back of your neck as you go. Continuing to breathe. Good morning, Sonia. And back the other way. Now when you're back looking over your left shoulder, we're going to go up and over the other half, making a half moon with our nose. Back and forth, keeping your shoulders down, your spine nice and straight. And next time you're facing your head back to the left, we're just going to make it a full circle. So starting down, drawing a big circle with your nose. When you get to the left, we're going back the other way. Awesome. One more like this. Starting at the left, going down, moving towards the right shoulder, up and over. Back to the left. Stopping here, reversing that, up and over. Looking to the right shoulder and down. Finishing at the left, bring your head gently to face the front. We're going to squeeze our shoulders all the way up to our ears, tightening and engaging up there. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And on our release, drop them down. Let gravity take them. Lift them up, squeeze, squeeze. Exhale, drop them down. One more like this. Inhale, lift them up. Squeezing and release. Take a few shoulder rolls here. Take them back, take them forward. You can do one at a time. Finding your creativity today. What does your body feel like creating? Is it fluid movements? Is it strength in holding positions? Is it trying something new? What do you feel like today? Could be all of the above. Hell yeah to you if it is. You're feeling adventurous. All right, jumping off your pillow now. We're going to come over onto our knees. Now I want you to tuck your toes under, sitting back on our heels. So your toes are tucked under here. We're finding a stretch in the back of our feet. Sitting up nice and tall, Mula Bandha engaged, belly button to spine. Just breathe into this. This is a weird one for me. I feel quite a lot of pain in this position, so it's obviously something I need to regularly practice. But breathing into the stretch. If it hurts too much, just come forward, point your toes, wiggle them, wiggle your ankles, and then take yourself. A few more deep breaths here. One more. Awesome. Come over onto your hands. Just point and flex your feet. You might need to crack your toes. Stretch your toes up. Your ankles out. And tucking the toes back onto the tops of our feet. So now we're going to stretch the front of our feet here. You can leave your hands on your knees if you've done this before and you've got a good balance, or you can just gently place your fingertips to the side of your hips. We're going to rock back onto the front of our feet. So making sure that our feet are nice and straight. We're not sickling in from the ankle or turning out from the ankle. You want it to be a straight line from your knee to your big toe. And we're lifting ourselves back. So if you've got your balance, you can put your hands on your knees, or you can bring your hands to prayer if you've got this one down. Feeling that stretch down the front of your legs. Core is always engaged here. Mula Bandha strong. All the muscles around your genitals, your anus, and your deep, deep abdomen. Take an inhale wherever you are. Feel that stretch. One last breath. And lower back down. Awesome. Coming through to all fours here. Tabletop. You might want to roll your ankles out once more. Feeling them all nice and loose now. We'll just take a few cat-cows. So I invite you for these few moments to tap your creativity. It doesn't have to be your generic cat-cow. You play around. Just warming up your spine and your hips, however feels delicious to you. Just finding the movement. Close your eyes. Who cares what you look like? We're going by feeling today. What feels good? You might even create a new move that you absolutely love and it becomes part of your regular spinal warm-up. Continuing to breathe as you move. Awesome, guys. We're tucking our toes under, walking our hands back, coming onto your feet. Just going to make sure that your feet are just a fist width distance apart. We're going to slowly roll up. So start pushing yourself up, and as soon as your heels can touch the ground, let them go. Taking a slight forward fold here for a moment, and then rolling up with control. Once you get to the top, we'll do a shoulder roll, stacking your head on top of your neck, making your spine nice and straight. So I'm feeling nice and warm now. I also don't keep any windows open when I teach my yoga class. I like to build that heat and that fire yourself now to face the long edge of your mat. We're stepping out wide, turning our feet out here, knees rotating out, tailbone tucked under, belly button to spine. Everything engaged here. We're going to lift our arms up. Taking a full body stretch, you can have your palms out wide, you can have your palms together. Find your creativity today. Lift up onto your toes. Engage that core, find your drishti, find balance. Inhale. Exhale, we're going down into a lunge, a big squat, Heels back to the ground. Hands come up, form a bit of an X. And we're dropping down low, we're coming back up. Arms up, heels up, engage. Inhale. Exhale, dropping the heels, arms sweep down, low squat. Coming back up, inhale. On your toes. Exhale, big squat. Beautiful. Coming up now just to standing. Making our cactus arms. So, starting with our palms and our elbows together. Feeling that stretch, feeling where that's straining. Across the front of your pectorials maybe. Then we're just opening up. There we are, our right ankles and our cactus arms. We're bending down into our goddess, tailbone tucked under, belly button to spine, knees rotating out over our pinky toes as wide as we can go. Inhale, rise, looking up to your fingers, finding balance. Everything engaged. When your gaze goes up, your balance is harder to maintain. So, keeping everything strong. Exhale, bending down into our goddess. Or God, if you're a male watching. Inhaling, lifting up, eyes go up. All four corners of the feet here, digging into the ground. Exhale, lower. Now, are you feeling that you want this to be flowing more? Do you feel that you want to be holding this position more? Are you feeling strong here? Or are you wanting to build fire? Go with the breath, go faster. Find your creativity. What does your body want? My body is enjoying feeling every little movement and strength as I move slowly through this flow. What does your body want? Going with the breath. One more. Coming back to neutral now, legs straight, hands on your hips. I want you to turn your feet in so that they are parallel to your mat. Now we're going to bend from the hips. Remember, keeping a micro bend in your knees here. Slowly lower down, so keeping your gaze directly to the floor, finding your flat back position. Belly button to spine. Releasing the arms now, take a forward fold. Just feeling where your stretch is. You can rock side to side. Shaking your shoulders or your head. You can bend your knees and straighten your knees. Bend one knee and then the other. Finding stillness now, arms long, palms planted on the ground, bringing the left hand into the center. We're going to open up to the right. Taking this open, gaze looking up to those right fingertips, or if it's a bit too much for your neck, just keep looking down at your left hand. Beautiful. Take an inhale. Exhale, plant that right palm, opening up to the left. Keeping your jaw open and relaxed. Gaze to the right hand if you're feeling pain in the neck. Inhale, lower back down. Wonderful. We're going to slowly rise back up, pushing yourself up until your arms are straight, hands come to your hips, core engaged, bringing yourself back up to standing. Very good, guys. Now we are going to turn our feet out again. We're going to bend down into a half squat on the left hand side. So Right foot becomes active and flexed, so the heel is the only thing touching the ground on the right hand side. We're bending over, so lift that right toe, bend that left knee. We're coming down into our side squat. Just feel what that feels like for you today. You can have your heel lifted here, or if you're feeling super flexible or warmed up, you can plant that left heel on the ground. Up to you, just keeping that right leg active. So left hand on the inside of the left leg, plant your palm out in front of your big toes, 10 centimeters in front of your big toes. And we are going to open up the right arm to the sky. So using that left elbow to push your left knee back and rotate your shoulders open. Shoulders away from ears, chest open. Right leg active. Find this asana on the left hand side. Beautiful. Plant that right hand back to the ground. Just sweep yourself through. Walk through a deep squat here and take yourself to the other side. So finding that stretch on the right, left leg is active, toes up to the sky. Does it feel the same on this side? Do you feel tighter? Do you feel more flexible? If you can put that heel down, give it a go. My body's not quite there today, and that's okay. I'm going to stay up on my toes. So planting that right hand on the ground, 10 centimeters in front of your big right toe, your right big toe. Left foot active, flexed up to the sky, opening up to the left. So tracing that hand across your chest, opening up, using that right elbow to push back on that right knee, to open up through the chest. Looking up towards that left hand, left foot active. Muscles relaxed in your face. Inhale and release. Wonderful. Pushing yourself back into your low squat. So finding both feet turned out. I want you to keep your knees bent here. It may look a bit funny, but this is stretching deep into your adductors. From here, engaging your core, pushing yourself up, hands to hips, finding your deep squat here. Tailbone tucked under, knees rotating out to the side. Take a few pulses here. Woo. It's like a ballet plie. We're pulsing, everything engaged in your center. Toes spread out, grounding you to the earth. Feeling that fire building in your adductors and your glutes. 10 more. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stretch your legs. Heel toe yourself back up to standing and give them a shake. We've got Linda watching as well. Welcome. Alright, shake it all out. If you need to pop your hips out. That was a lot of work for our hip joints there. We're going to continue warming up our legs. We're going to take a little lunge flow. So, stepping into the back edge of your mat here. We're going to come up onto our toes, arms up to the sky, take a full body stretch. And I want you to just swan dive yourself down into a forward fold. Heels to the ground. Rolling yourself back up onto your toes, arms up to the sky. Engaging your core. Swan dive down into a forward fold. Knees bent. One more like this. Rolling up, hands tracing up your body, all the way up to the sky, up onto your toes. Swan dive, chest comes first, arching through the back, forward fold. Walking our hands out in front of us now, into our first downward facing dog. Pedaling out through the feet. Feeling nice and warmed up so far. We're going to plant the right foot into the center of the mat. Left leg shoots up and back into our three-legged dog. We're not going for a split here. We're trying to keep our hips level. Just feeling that stretch. Take an inhale, step that left foot through, plant the foot down, knee comes to the ground, untuck your toes, and we're in our low lunge. So, just keeping your hands on the ground here, wiggle side to side, feel what's happening in that right hip flexor. Awesome, engaging your core now, Mula Bandha strong. Rising up, hands away from the earth. You can keep them down by your side, or if you're feeling good, up and overhead, taking your gaze up, taking a slight back bend, feeling strong. Now pulling yourself back into a runner's lunge, left toes up towards your face. We're not trying to drop ourselves and our head down to our knee here, just finding length in our spine. Feeling that beautiful stretch down the back of the left leg. Now bringing yourself right back through into your low lunge. You can keep your hands on the ground or come on up to our slight back bend. Exhale, pull yourself back. Awesome, once more, just bringing yourself through, plant your palms, tuck your toes under, step back into plank. We're going to take our vinyasa. So Chaturanga Dandasana, elbows in, lowering down slowly. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Hell it out if you wish. Find stillness if you want to feel that prana flowing through your body. Planting the left foot into the center, right foot up and long. Three-legged dog. Hips are nice and level here. Bringing yourself through, planting that foot on the ground in front of you. Knee down, untuck your toes. Just wobbling side to side. What does it feel like for you on this side? Checking in with your body. Getting out of our head. When we're on the mat, it's our time to just connect with our body. We're not here to be thinking about what we've got planned for the rest of the day or what's on the shopping list. We're just surrendering to the movement and to the joy that we're giving our body and our muscles and our mind. Lifting up now into your lunge. You can keep your hands on your hips or you can take your slight back bend, gaze to the sky. Exhale, pulling back, runner's lunge. Now remember, we're not just dropping our shoulders and our head down, seeing how close we can get to our knee. We're finding length here. Toes coming up, engage, active in the shin. Pull yourself back through, find your lunge. We're pulling our inner thighs together here, being strong in our base. Exhale, pull yourself back. One more like this. Inhale, bring it on through. Exhale, pulling yourself back. Cool, planting our palms, bringing ourselves forward, tucking the left toes under, stepping our right foot back into plank. Hold here for a moment, guys, engaging the core. We want our tailbone to be tucked under, our spine straight, pushing up and away with our shoulder blades, creating an inner curve in our chest here. You'll find that if you push up and away a little bit more with your shoulders, it'll engage so much more muscle in your upper body. So Chaturanga Dandasana. Lowering down, elbows in. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Walking our feet into the middle. Then walking our hands back to our feet, take your forward fold in the center here. You might want to rock side to side. Bounce, you might want to shake your head no or yes. You might want to try straightening your legs if you're feeling nice and warmed up. Seeing how flexible your body is going to be today. And then we'll just generously bend our knees, rolling up with control, stacking the spine. Nice shoulder roll when we get to the top. Awesome. Fix yourself up, getting ourselves ready for the next bit. So we want our feet to be pretty close together here. We want our toes to be touching, our heels to be slightly apart, knees to be locked together, inner thighs engaged. Hands are going to be coming out directly in front of us. Our fingertips are in line with our shoulders. As always, guys, Mula Bandha engaged, our deep pelvic muscles, tailbone tucked under, shoulders away from ears, no gripping in the neck, jaw or face. Find the drishti. Find yourself a focal point. We are going to lift up onto our toes. Nice and strong here. What are you focusing on? Hopefully it's not something that's moving. Everything engaged. We're going to start bending from the knees. So tailbone tucked under here. We don't want our bottoms to be sticking out. Knees pushing together. Taking ourselves down, down, down into a squat. As slow as you can go. You'll get to a point about here where it will start to really be more difficult. And then you'll just plump down onto your bum. Awesome. From here, the hands are coming up overhead into prayer position. Keep everything engaged in your core here, guys. Don't waver your view from your drishti. This is a good balancing pose. We're going to open our knees out to the side as if we're doing butterfly. Rotating from the hips, rotating in the feet. Amazing job. Continuing to breathe. Belly button to spine. Don't clench in your jaw. Bringing our knees back together, hands back out to in front of us. You guys are doing so well. We're going to rise back up as slow as we can. Now this first bit is the hardest, so knees pushing together, ankles together. Go. Tucking your tailbone under, core engaged. Slow, slow, slow. Still on our toes here, guys. Our heels haven't touched the ground. Coming all the way up to standing, on our toes, arms up to the sky. Take an inhale, on your exhale, just drop everything. Shake it out. Well done. We're going to do one more like that. So if you need to bend and flex your feet or your toes or roll your ankles, go ahead. If you've got bad ankles, you can do this just on the flat feet. We're just practicing our balance here. So, setting ourselves up, arms out in front of us. On the count of 3, we're coming up onto our toes with our inhale. 1, 2, everything engaged. 3, up we go. Find your drishti. We're going to start to lower as slow as you can. Knees locked together. Inner thighs strong, tailbone tucked under here. Continuing to breathe. Woo. Finding our balance. Arms up overhead, hands into prayer. Opening out the legs. Finding our open butterfly here, balancing. Awesome, bringing our knees slowly back together. Now I've got a treat for you, we don't have to go back up. We're going to plant our hands on the ground in front of us. Knees touch the earth, we're keeping our toes tucked under. Pushing back into that stretch for our toes. We're going to take a side stretch from here. Left hand to the ground. Right hand up and over. Just your fingertips can be on the ground here. Doesn't have to be anything too crazy. If your toes are cramping or if they're getting sore, just come forward and give them a little stretch. Side stretch up on our toes. Other side now, take an inhale, exhale to switch over. Stretching on the side. Beautiful. Inhale back up to center. Hands back to the ground in front of you. Untuck your toes. Oh, push yourself back into child's pose. Let your feet relax. Swooping your hands down the side of your body so that your palms are facing up, down beside your feet. And just rock yourself side to side. You can play around with your feet here. Give them a little stretch. I'm going to come back up onto your knees and roll your ankles. Remember, we're getting creative. These are some funky moves that we're putting together here. I'm going to shake them out. However you want to today, just make your way back up to standing. So if you want to do a roll, if you want to take a vinyasa, if you're here to create the fire, plant your palms, hop, step or jump back to plank, take a vinyasa. If you're wanting to go a bit slow, just roll up with control, stacking your spine and meeting up at the top of the mat together, however you want today. Standing up. Well done. So a little bit more balance happening here. You might want to crack your toes like I do. It's a bad habit. So starting on the left leg, using this as our tree trunk, spreading your toes, all four corners of the feet engaged and grounded. We're lifting our right leg. So make sure everything is nice and tight. You're ready. You've found your drishti before we take this move. We're going to lift our right leg. Your hands can be wherever you want them to be. Remember, get creative with how you are feeling today. We're going to cross that leg over the right ankle over the top of the left knee. So it might look like a 4, the number 4 with our legs. I want you to bend that left knee. I'm going to use hands to heart here. If you want to follow me, you may. We're just going to bend that left knee. Finding a squat here with the number 4 shape in our legs. So finding your drishti, everything engaged. We're going to slowly bend from the hips and take our chest down as close as we can to that right leg. If you can sit your body straight on top of it, that's awesome. If you can't, no worries. Keep bending in that left leg. The lower you go, the closer your belly will get. Holding here. Planting our palms now on the ground, straightening that left leg, finding a forward fold with the number 4 in our legs. This is a beautiful deep stretch for that left side. If you want something a little bit more advanced, if you feel like getting adventurous today, I want you to take your right arm through the middle of that right leg, and I want your left hand to go around the back of that right foot. So your hands are behind you now, and they're grabbing hold of your calf. Take your forward fold here. Balancing nice and strong. Whoop. Keeping a micro bend in that left leg to keep everything not being too strained. Awesome. If you gave that a go, congratulations, well done. Plant your palms now. We're going to bring our hands back to prayer. So this is a strong bit, engaging everything here. We're back in our squat, lifting up from our upper body. Left leg still bent. Stretching now that left leg. Inhale, undoing that right leg. Exhale, dropping it on the ground. Shake it off, guys. Well done. Now that was a bit of a different one. Really working on our glutes here and our hamstrings. We're going to do that on the right. Right foot grounding, creating our tree trunk. Toes spread, all four corners of the feet. Now before we lift up that left leg, we're going to be finding our drishti. We are engaging all of our inner. We are relaxing our face muscles. Finding your hand position, however you want it to be. Inhale and lift that left leg, placing the ankle above the right knee. Turning that left knee out, finding our number 4 on the other side. Bending the right knee now, taking it into a squat. Start to bend from the hips. We're taking our chest down to meet that leg, finding our stretch all the way down that left glute. Beautiful, as close as you can get. Holding here. Gaze now looking down to the mat. Plant your palms or your fingers and straighten that right leg. Remember, keeping a micro bend always, finding your forward fold here, looking at the number 4 you've created with your legs. Everything's still engaged. Remember, just because our hands are now on the ground doesn't mean our core lets go. You should be able to completely lift them off the ground and still be just as balanced. Alright, adventurous ones, if you're ready to take the advanced version of this, left hand loops in that hole that the left leg is making, grabs the outside of your right calf. Sorry, just your right calf. Right hand goes around and behind that left foot and grabs the other side of your calf. And we're taking our forward fold. Awesome. Don't clench in your jaw here, don't clench in your face. Although this is a hard position to hold, keep everything up there relaxed. Unwrangle yourself. Well done, guys. Taking your palms back to the ground. Now, hands to heart here. Prayer pose, pushing yourself back up. We're in our squat. Woo! My right butt cheek is on fire. Slowly straightening yourself back up to standing. Take an inhale, release that left leg. Exhale, touch it to the ground. Give everything a shake. Awesome, well done. We're going to take ourselves back down to seated now. We're going into Dandasana, staff pose. So legs out to the front, bum on the ground. I want you to get yourself there however you want today. If you want to take another vinyasa, go ahead. If you're feeling nice and warm, you can just lower yourself down. I'm going to take a short vinyasa. If you want to follow me, go ahead. But we're meeting in Dandasana. Cool, guys. I hope you're having fun being able to create partly your own yoga flow today. Let's just point and flex our toes while we're here. Rolling our ankles, sitting up nice and tall. You can move the fleshy parts of your bum so you can feel your sits bones on the ground. If you're having trouble maintaining a straight spine here, grab yourself a little cushion or something to sit on. So the taller you are lifted off the ground, the easier it will be for your spine to straighten. So arms up long here, we're just going to take a forward fold. Inhale, exhale, take yourself out, find your stretch. Continuing to breathe, you can rock yourself side to side, you can play with your feet here, rolling your ankles out. Coming back up to seated here. We're going to go into another little creative pose. So bending from our left leg, making that number 4 again like we did before. But this time, instead of your ankle being above your right knee, I want you to bring it up so that your heel is sitting in your hip crease on the right hand side. So your toes are pointing out to the side, all the way back behind you. Right foot is flexed. If you need to look where my positioning is here, my left heel is up into my right hip flexor. Now, you can either stay here, or if you've got the mobility, we're going to take our left hand around our body, and it's going to come around and grab hold of our left big toe. So, if you can't do that, don't worry, you can still do this position. Just keep your left hand to the front. If you can grab your left big toe with your left hand, go ahead. Now, the right hand is going to pistol grip our right big toe. So this in itself is a pretty advanced Ashtanga stretch. You can pull yourself down as close as you can to your knee, but that's not what we're doing today. We are going to try and rock back onto our bum and hold this pose in the air. So it may seem impossible, but give it a go. Remember, if you can't reach your toes, don't worry. Find your version without the bind. So everything engaged in your core here, we're going to rock back. You might need to shuffle your heel up the ground and find your balance. Chest open, spine long, jaw and face relaxed. Awesome, guys. I hope you're enjoying these new moves, these funky little changes. It's pretty fun. Now to lower yourself back down, I don't want to hear a big clunk on the ground. You can bend your right leg, place that heel on the ground, and then slide it back out. Oh, I made a clunk. Now don't just let go of your bind and fling yourself back around. Let go of your foot and slowly bring your arms back to center. Well done. Unravel the legs, shoot them out in front of you, shake it out. And do that on the other side. So bending the right leg in. Heel comes to the hip flexor on the left-hand side. Left foot engaged, active here through the thigh. If you want to take the bind, right hand goes all the way around to grab your right big toe. It's going to be easier on one side and harder on the other. Don't judge that, just acknowledge it. Left hand comes through, we pistol grip our left big toe. Just find this stretch here. Hold here for a moment, feel the difference to the other side. When you're ready, take an inhale, shuffle that heel back a bit, lift the leg and straighten the leg when you're ready to find your balance. With any balance, we need a drishti, otherwise we're going to wobble, so find your focal point. Looking out in front of you, shoulders away from ears, chest open. Very good, very good. If this is something you've never done before and you're absolutely nailing it, then give yourself a big smile. Just think, holy crap, that is so amazing. I never knew I could even do something like this. It's so fun to try new things. Take an inhale, bending that left leg, gently planting that heel on the ground, sliding it out, taking our final stretch, releasing our fingers here, unbinding nice and slow. Legs out to the front, shake it out. Well, geez, I'm looking at the time and we've got just over 15 minutes left. I've still got so many cool new poses to show you. So it might be something I bring into the next class in a few days. All right, well then I'll pick a few winding down poses now before our Shavasana. So we're going into deer pose. So we're going to bend the left leg and bring it behind you. Sorry, the right leg. I'm touching my right leg. Right leg, bend it, bring it behind you. Left leg, bend it and leave it in front of you. So if you can see me here, our left leg is bent and it's in front of us. Our right leg is bent and it's off to the side behind us. So this is deer pose. We're just going to take our right hand to our left knee and find a twist here. But remembering to keep our spine nice and strong. We're trying to keep that right glute on the ground. We don't want it to lift up with us in this stretch. That's a different stretch. So here we're trying to keep the bum grounded. We're just twisting in the upper body. Well done. Flick your legs around, other side. Going back onto your bottom, swapping our legs over. Trying to find that glute to earth connection. If you're finding that your hips are really tight and you just can't get that left glute or that right glute on the ground, just place your little cushion there, just so you've got something that you feel you're stable on. Pushing it down. Taking the twist to the other side now, left hand to right knee. Staying up and long. Breathing deep. Take an inhale, twisting back to the front. Awesome. Now, legs out in front, give them one last shake. We're going to come down onto our back. We're going to take reclined cow face pose. So, you can be laying anywhere in your mat here, just lowering yourself down with control. I might go a bit sideways so you can see me. Alright, finding your pose here. Engaging your core, flat back here. Lower back flush to the earth, lifting up your knees. Now what we're going to do is we're going to cross one leg over the other. So we'll start right leg over left. you want our knees to be stacked on top of each other. So our thighs and our legs are as close together as they can possibly be, stacked on top. Our knees are bent, and we're going to slide our hands down and grab the outside of our feet. So what we want to do is we want to be able to kick our legs out to the side, heels away from the body, opening up. So our legs aren't bent, our heels aren't touching the side of our thighs. They are opening up, and our legs should look straight. If we're looking at our legs from foot to foot, it should be pretty much a straight line here. So this is our cow face pose. You can pull your feet towards you. This is opening up the pose. Find that deep stretch here. Keeping our tailbone rooted to the earth. We don't want to be lifting in the lower body there. Cow face pose. Take an inhale. Exhale, taking your heels back down to the side of your body, untangling your legs. Take it on the other side. Left leg over right, knees stacked on top of each other. Hands on your knees. Slide your hands down your shins, grabbing the outside of your feet. Now, your feet should be nice and close to your body here. We're going to kick them up and away. Pulling the feet in towards you. Feeling that stretch on the other side. Oh, it feels totally different for me. This side is a lot more tight. My right hip. So seeing if you can push your feet up into your palms, creating that straight line from big toe to big toe, but also pulling your arms in towards you. Double stretch. One more inhale here. Exhale, releasing your heels back down to your body. Untwist your legs. Then we're just going to take a side stretch. A side twist. So however you want your twist to be, get your creativity. What's in your creativity today? Do you want to just do a right angle stretch? Knees together, feet together, stretching both sides. Do you want to do a supine twist where you wrap one foot over the other leg and twist that way? Or you want to go full eagle, twisting your legs together. Find your side stretch, holding it and breathing. Both shoulders on the ground, gaze looking out over that other arm. Take an inhale, bringing yourself back up to center and taking your same stretch over to the other side. Gaze looking out and over the other hand, both your shoulders on the ground. Have a quick scan through your body, see where you might be holding on here, and just let go into the stretch. Take an inhale, bringing your legs back up to center, give them a big hug. Now continue with your creativity, find your last little movements here on your back, rolling your hips, rolling your knees, pulling yourself into a ball, rocking back and forth however you want to be. And we're going to bring ourselves to seated. So our Shavasana today is going to be seated. So I just invite you to find your pose. I'll give you a few moments to sit yourself up nice and strong and tall here. Turn off any lights if you're inside. Sitting on a pillow if you need to. I'm going to put on some nice calm music. sitting tall. Sitting on a pillow if you want to. Today I'm going to guide you through a meditation called Be the Mountain. So this is why I've got you sitting rooted to the ground here, sitting nice and tall, feeling strong. So we don't want to be sitting rigid, we want to be sitting nice and organically straight here, but we're not going to be rigid. Closing down our eyes. I want your palms facing up towards the sky and sitting in on top of your knees. Start to breathe deep here. Bring your awareness to the sensations of your breath and the gentle rhythm it's creating within you. Letting it be just as it is. Each inhale and exhale announcing the next. Expand your awareness to the sensations of your body, sitting upright and with dignity. Bringing your attention to the surface beneath you and the support it provides. Root your body into its strength and become aware of your connection to it. Complete, whole, and in this moment you are grounded by its unwavering resolve. As you sit there, visualize a grand mountain whose peaks pierce smoky clouds and continue upwards. The air is clear and the view is endless. A mountain with slopes that are both jagged and gentle, supported by a vast foundation, rooted deep in the bedrock of the earth. This mountain is a monument to all that is solid, grand, unmoving, and beautiful. Can you see trees? Does snow blanket these great heights? Perhaps waterfalls cascading as mist into an open sky. However you see it, let it be as it is, your perfect creation. Be this mountain and share in its stillness. Grounded in your posture, your head the mountain's peak, supported by the rest of your form, giving you an awe-inspiring viewpoint of the landscape before you, behind you, and about you, which flows from your center into the distant horizon. Be this mountain and take on its stability as your own, from the top of your crown, down your neck, into the balance of your shoulders, like cliffs, descending into your arms and forearms and coming to rest in the valley of your upturned palms. Be this mountain. Your feet, legs and hips its base, solid and rooted beneath you, a foundation extending up your spine and abdomen, a core of stability. The rhythm of your breath is all that moves you. A living mountain, alive and aware, yet unwavering in inner stillness. Completely what you are, beyond words and thought, a centered, grounded, unmovable presence. A mountain which witnesses the sun travel across the sky, casting light and shadows and colours across its consistent composure. Moment by moment in the mountain's stillness, the surface teems with life and activity. Snow might be melting, streams running down its face. Trees and flowers are blooming or dying or blooming again as the wildlife returns and departs with the seasons. Be this mountain. Be the mountain who will be called beautiful and inspiring. Be the mountain that will be dark and ominous and knows that it is all of those things and more and less. Be the mountain which sits and sees how night follows day and back again, which knows the sun by the warmth it brings on the rising and the stars by the way they show in the darkened sky. Through it all, the mountain sits, aware of the changes that each moment brings around it and to it. Yet it remains itself, still as the seasons flow one into the other and the air swirls from hot to cold. The weather turns from calm to turbulent. Some seasons so rough perhaps it tears away parts of the mountain face. Still, none of this concerns the mountain, whose serenity is housed within and cannot be disturbed by momentary disturbances. In the same way as you sit here in meditation, you can learn to experience the mountain as a means to embody the same centered, unwavering stillness and groundedness in the face of all that changes in your life. Like the mountain, you will experience the changing nature of your mind and body and the changing nature of the world around you. You will have periods varying in intensity, of darkness and light, of activity and inactivity, and moments that will fill your life with colour. Through it all, be this mountain and call on its patient strength and stability within you. Let it continue to empower you to encounter each moment with mindful composure and compassionate clarity. Be this mountain. Deep breath in, the deepest breath you've taken all day. Breathing in positivity, love, happiness, creativity. Holding your breath, feeling it swirl around inside your belly. Releasing out through your mouth anything that no longer serves you. In again, deepest breath you can take. All the way into your belly, feel it expand, hold it there, feel that prana circulating. Exhale. Rubbing your hands together in front of you now, creating warmth and fire between your palms. Continuing to breathe. And finding stillness in your prayer position. bowing your head. My soul recognizes your soul. I honor the light, love, truth, beauty and kindness within you, because it is also within me. In sharing these things, there is no distance and no difference between us. We are united. We are the same. We are one. Namaste. Thank you, everybody. I hope you've enjoyed the creativity that we were able to explore today. Maybe there were some new poses that you tried. Maybe you want to see them again and practice them. Let me know how you went. And I'll see you again in 2 more days. Thank you again for following me an hour and a half early today. I appreciate you all so much. I'll see you again soon.